Hello everyone, I'm back again with the fourth session on architecture. This session combines the two disciplines which I'm most passionate about. The first one is movies and the second one is architecture. It combines both. ये दोनों otherwise बहुत ज़्यादा unrelated लगते हैं, but today we are going to discuss that how they influence each other. So today's session is going to be about movies, visual culture and architecture. आज हम इस बारे में डिस्कस करेंगे कि सोसाइटी कैसे मूवीज के सिनेमेटोग्राफी को इन्फ्लुएंस करती है, उसके कॉम्पोजिशन को, उसके डिजाइन प्रिंसिपल्स को, उसके बैकड्रॉप को इन्फ्लुएंस करती है सोसाइटी। एंड ये भी डिस्कस करेंगे कि मूवीज कैसे सोसाइटी को इन टर्न इन्फ्लुएंस करती है या इंस्पायर करती है। आज हम ऐसी 10 मूवीज के बारे में डिस्कस करेंगे जिनके पास ये पोटेंशियल है, जिसमें ये काबिलियत है कि वो यंग डिजाइनर्स को इन्फ्लुएंस या इंस्पायर कर सके। So I've handpicked 10 movies and those 10 movies have huge amount of potential to influence and inspire you as a designer. ये मूवीज हो सकता है आपने सुनी हो सकता है ना सुनी हो. I have handpicked them on the basis of the kind of experimental imagery that they have. इनके अंदर इस तरीके की images हैं, इनके इस तरीके के backdrops हैं, इस तरीके के characters हैं, which have the power to influence you as a designer. So I'm going to go one-on-one on these movies, and I'm going to go back to back about these movies, and I'm going to go in the format of top 10 list. That means I'm going to start with the movie which is on number 10 and moving towards 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, and ultimately it leads to the movie which is going to be the most influential one, which is going to be number 1. So first we are going to discuss movie number 10, which is The Pink Flamingos. The Pink Flamingos displays the life of a drag queen, Divine. She's a real life drag queen. She was a real life drag queen. And it talks about the wildness that that person lived. So movie is a blatant expression of pop art. Movie is splattered with bright colors. The movie has wild images. The movie is anybody who has any apprehension about watching adult content should not watch this movie. इस मूवी में इस तरीके के सीन्स हैं that the lead actress Divine, जो कि एक drag queen है, transgender है, वो dog shit खाती हैं. इस तरीके की इमेजेस अगर आपको बहुत ज्यादा रिपेल करती हैं तो प्लीज डू नॉट वॉच दिस मूवी. हाउएवर आई वुड स्टिल सजेस्ट टू द यंग डिजाइनर्स टू सी कि उस टाइम के डायरेक्टर व्हिच वाज जॉन वॉटर्स, ही इज आल्सो द वेरी वेरी फेमस आर्टिस्ट इन न्यूयॉर्क, किस तरीके की वाइल्ड और एक्सपेरिमेंटल इमेजेस को इस मूवी में दिखाया गया है. इस मूवी में बहुत ज्यादा पोटेंशियल है आपको इन्फ्लुएंस करने का, अगर आप क्वर्की या बहुत नॉटी या बहुत ज्यादा एक्सपेरिमेंटल सॉर्ट ऑफ डिजाइन प्रोडक्ट्स में आपका इंटरेस्ट है. यू मस्ट वॉच दिस वन. दिस इज गोइंग टू बी रियली इंस्पायरिंग. मूवी नंबर 9. Movie number 9 is Cloud Atlas. Cloud Atlas is a movie which shows 6 eras and how they are connected to each other. हर एरा में एक इंसान के एक्ट इन्फ्लुएंस करता है दूसरे एरा को. ये बहुत ही ब्यूटीफुली इन्होंने वीव किया है स्टोरी को. द मूवी इज वेरी वेरी इंस्पायरिंग इन टर्म्स ऑफ डिजाइन बिकॉज द ब्यूटीफुल कॉम्पोजिशंस ऑफ सीन्स, ब्यूटीफुल सिनेमेटोग्राफी. मूवी की स्टोरी के अलावा इसमें एक ही कैरेक्टर को अलग अलग एरा में डिस्प्ले किया गया है. इन टर्म्स ऑफ बैकड्रॉप दिस मूवी इज एक्सट्रीमली ब्यूटीफुल, क्योंकि 6 के 6 एरा बहुत ही अलग टाइम फ्रेम में है, अलग स्पेस में है. फॉर एग्जाम्पल एक एरा इसमें कॉलोनियल एरा दिखाया है जिस टाइम पे ब्रिटिश कंट्रीज को कैप्चर कर रही थी. उस टाइम का किस तरीके का बैकड्रॉप है, किस तरीके का फैशन है. एंड एक एरा दिखाया है विच इज पोस्ट एपोकलिप्स, यानी जब अर्थ पूरी तरह से बर्बाद हो चुकी है, नेचर हैज बीन रून्ड कंप्लीटली, और उस टाइम पे किस तरीके का आर्किटेक्चर एग्जिस्ट करेगा अर्थ पे, वो भी दिखाया गया है. ये बहुत सारे डिजाइनर्स के लिए, आर्किटेक्ट्स के लिए इन्फ्लुएंशियल हो सकता है टू सी. दिस मूवी टॉक्स अबाउट, जैसे कि पिछली मूवी पॉप आर्ट को बहुत अच्छे से डिस्प्ले करती है, दिस मूवी डिस्प्लेज कॉलोनियल आर्किटेक्चर. दिस मूवी डिस्प्लेज फ्यूचरिज्म, very very brilliantly shot. Movie number 8, Milk. Milk talks about a pioneer LGBT activist, Harvey Milk. This movie is very very special because जहाँ से हमारा एलजीबीटी मूवमेंट शुरू हुआ था, ये उस स्ट्रीट को बहुत ही अच्छे तरीके से डिस्प्ले करती है। इस स्ट्रीट में बिकॉज दे वांटेड टू एक्सप्रेस द liberal idea of coming out of the closet, this movie shows कि उस टाइम के जितने भी LGBT community के घर थे, they started having glass walls because they were not afraid anymore. Glass की wall से वो ये दिखाना चाहते थे that we are not hiding anymore. Very brilliantly shot, it displays the kind of architecture that existed in San Francisco in that time when this whole LGBT movement started. Very brilliantly shot, and it's a must watch. It will influence you in the ways you cannot imagine. Movie number 7. This is V for Vendetta, and I'm sure this is something that all of you must have seen or heard about in your life. V for Vendetta talks about a very serious topic of fascism. It shows a government which is almost like Hitler's Nazi government, और V for Vendetta में जिस तरीके का built environment दिखाया है, the architecture of the parliament, which is ultimately blown in the end, is beautifully constructed and shown. The movie shows brilliant arts, also pieces of art. In fact, the whole backdrop of the governor of that government, which is by the name of Sutler, which rhymes with Hitler, is also a very interesting one. It shows a black backdrop with a red vertical line, which is a symbol of power. And again, beautifully in terms of cinematography. Beautiful movie, must watch and inspiring for young designers. Movie number 6. Movie number 6 is not actually a movie. This one is an album by Lady Gaga. How can be Lady Gaga missed? Lady Gaga, with the help of her team of designers and makeup artists, which she collectively calls as House of Gaga, has designed an album by the name of Alejandro. Alejandro is spelled as Alejandro. Alejandro, it touches the very sensitive topic of Christianity and purity. Very beautifully shot. The amount of creativity that has been put while designing the sets of this album is brilliant. There's a very intricate sort of detail which is put on the makeup of Lady Gaga, the kind of backdrop dancers that you see, their fashion, everything is brilliantly done. From a very controversial latex red gown that she wears as a nun to the kind of spectacles that she wears, everything is highly creative. Must watch, extremely inspiring. Next is number 5. This one is one that everybody has seen. This is Matrix, all three parts of Matrix, Matrix Reloaded and Matrix Revolutions. This movie talks about futurism. This movie displays post-apocalyptic fashion. For those people जिन्हें apocalypse बहुत complex word लग रहा है, apocalypse is that event जिसे लोग assume करते हैं कि वो होगा और अर्थ पूरी तरह से destroy हो जाएगा. तो एपोकेलिप्स के बाद किस तरीके की हमारी क्लोथिंग होगी, बैकड्रॉप होगा, आर्किटेक्चर होगा, डिजाइन कैसा होगा उस टाइम का, वो सब मैट्रिक्स में दिखाया गया है. वेरी ब्रिलियंटली शॉट. नीडलेस टू से, I am very small to comment on a movie like Matrix, but I would still say that it is highly, highly influential for young designers or designers of any age, I would say. This was movie number 5. Now the fourth, we are leading towards top 3 now. The fourth movie that I'm going to discuss is something that is going to be very, very unexpected to you, and perhaps the only Bollywood movie that has made to this list, handpicked by me, is Meenakshi. Meenakshi is directed by M.F. Hussain. It stars Tabu. And this movie, especially, I'm going to particularly point towards one song of this movie, which is Ye Rishta Kya Kehlata Hai. ये रिश्ता क्या कहलाता है सॉन्ग की composition is extremely artistic, and it shows the kind of knowledge and experience M.F. Hussain had, and brilliant cinematography. It shows you all the design principles that you must have studied in your life: rhythm, scale and proportion, harmony, talk about unity, diversity, variety. Everything has been brilliantly combined to create a beautiful composition in this song, and it's a must watch movie. It talks about a novelist and his relationship with the main lady in this movie. Again, brilliantly shot. finally we are leading towards the top three movie. The third movie, movie number three, is Eraserhead. Eraserhead is a very, very controversial movie of its times, 70s, but not only till that time, it is still a very, very controversial movie. It is something that can only be watched if you have a very strong heart. The movie talks about a very controversial topic. It talks about fear of fatherhood. Fear of fatherhood and the kind of imagery that is shown in this movie is extremely shocking. But if you are an artist who's not afraid, if you're a designer or an artist who's not afraid to watch something which is controversial yet very beautifully explained, very beautifully expressed in terms of visuals, then this is a must watch movie. It shows the father holding a alien sort of creature, which is the baby of that person, and the baby is having a certain disease which I'm not going to disclose, is a little horrendous, I would say. It's a little scary, almost horrific. But again, I would say that this is a brilliantly shot movie and beautifully shown that what goes inside our head. So I'm going to mention one word today. The one word today, that is going to be surrealism. This is something that was sort of introduced to the world by an artist known as Salvador Dali. सो डाली टॉक्ड अबाउट कि कैसे हमारे दिमाग की इमेजरी हमारे दिमाग के अंदर के लैंडस्केप्स दिखाई देते हैं, और ये मूवी उसे बहुत ब्यूटीफुली दिखाती है. सो दैट इज व्हाई इट हैज मेड टू द नंबर 3 पोजीशन इन माय लिस्ट. Second number, this movie is very it's a very beautiful story. It's a love story, and the movie's name is The Danish Girl. The Danish Girl is the protagonist is played by Eddie Redmayne. Eddie Redmayne is the Oscar-winning actor. You must have heard about him. So the movie is about an artist, uh, Inar Wagner. Inar Wagner was the second transgender in the world. He was a pioneer, I would say. एंड उसकी स्टोरी दिखाई गई है, उसकी स्टोरी और उसका रिलेशनशिप उसकी वाइफ के साथ दिखाया गया है इसमें, which is Gerda Wagner. Apart from their love story, I'm also going to discuss about the backdrops. This movie displays brilliant art forms. This movie displays brilliant compositions and cinematography. Also, the music is also very good. I'm going to give certain words which I'll be discussing later, but these words are very, very important for designers. Those words are art nouveau. Art nouveau is brilliantly displayed in this movie. It's an art movement. We will be discussing it in one of the videos later. Art nouveau, it shows you the Rococo movement, and it shows you abstract expressionism. All three of them are brilliantly shown in this movie. It's a must watch. And finally, I'm going to talk about the best